see gang in this motherfucker. Yeah. Looking for that work, my nigga. I'm just trying to pay less. Yo, bitch, she is broke. I seen her shopping at.
Well, what's up, YouTube? Okay, so today I'm coming to you guys with a very deep and personal type video. I know some of my videos are deep and personal, but this one is actually really deep and personal. I've been afraid to record this video because I don't want to cry on YouTube and be a little baby. So I'm gonna try not to cry in this video. But this video is going to give you a deep down enter into my mind, basically into my psyche, into who I really am as a person, and how certain things in your life can really change change the person that you are and make you a different person. So I know on my channel I made a video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check to see exactly when the video was uploaded to my channel. I made a video that was entitled, what was the title of the video? Videos. Let's see. It was like 9 months ago, which that was a long time ago. It was first time with a guy, pregnancy and miscarriage story. Okay, screaming from that story, I didn't say a lot that happened after that. I just think I stated mainly the gist of me and him getting together, having sex, you know, and one thing led to another. I ended up pregnant, and I didn't tell him. I don't think I said that in the video, but I didn't tell him until like a year after the baby died. That's when I told him, and when I told him that, he was like, I really don't want a child at the moment. I didn't want a kid at the time, but I'm like, okay, well, good, kind of good, because I miscarried, so you don't have nothing to worry about. I'm just letting you know what happened, because I finally see you after not seeing you after the last time we had sex, which was like a year or so ago, because you got back with your ex-girlfriend, and I didn't want to start no mess and no drama by coming to tell you that I'm pregnant. So I kept it to myself. I was gonna wait till I at least get an ultrasound to bring to you and tell you that I'm pregnant. But before I went to able to go to the doctor and get my ultrasound, I miscarried our child. But for him to not even ask, was I okay? How did I feel about it? It kind of really pissed me off. And that brings me to this whole entire story, this whole entire video. I am a female. I'm a female who got pregnant twice. Maybe 3, because the way my cycle runs is kind of abnormal. But I've been able to get pregnant now, but I don't know if I have been pregnant. I know I'm gonna insert a clip of me having laid out all the pregnancy tests that I have taken, and I'm gonna throw them away after this video, because I'm starting off as a new. I've been saving these tests for this video, and I was saving them for my personal self of all the struggles and times. But you'll know why I have a lot of pregnancy tests after I finish this video. Okay, so the clip might come in right here, and then I'm gonna come back in. I don't know, however I edit this video. So let's just start off with my sexual history, and this all will come together. I was a virgin for most of my entire high school years, middle school. I was a virgin in elementary, middle school, and most of my high school years. I had a boyfriend in middle school. All we did was do the typical thing that most little kids do, or most adults do now, but back in my day, 90s babies, we used to kiss and hunch and shit and pretend like we having sex and whatnot. He almost got the cookie at some point in time, but we never actually went all the way. So after me and him broke up, because it was a lie that went around by my ex-boyfriend that was spreading rumors and lies around saying that me and him had sex. And the reason why me and my ex-boyfriend broke up is because I wasn't ready to have sex. I did not want to have sex. I was afraid of sex. Sex scared the shit out of me. Because yes, I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, I did watch porn, but that shit scared me. So I'm like, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Never. Maybe never, ever, ever will it happen. And so the guy I was dating, his sisters kept telling him these lies and telling him that, you know, I'm not a virgin. Basically, somewhat called me a hoe and a slut and a bitch, but I was none of those things at all. I was a whole virgin. I don't know if you can go to the doctor to get tested to see are you a virgin, but I was a whole virgin. My hymen was still intact. I was still a whole entire virgin. So we argued a little bit over the phone, me trying to plead my case and tell them that I am a virgin. And I'm like, why the fuck am I yelling at people and telling them I'm a virgin when I know I am and they're telling me I'm not? How the fuck can you know if I'm a virgin or not? We weren't in the bed with me. Were you in the bed? We never made it to the bed. He kept trying to get me to come to his house by saying, can you come braid my hair? Can you come do this? Can you come do that? Can you just come over and get out of class? And since I'm a child, I can't just go nowhere without my mother's permission. So I asked my mother. My mother would always say, you can come over our house if you want that done. Because my mama knew what was going to happen. So I was like, it's not going to happen. So me and my boyfriend broke up at the time. So we mosey on over. I'm in my 9th grade year of high school. And a spinal depression happened my 9th grade year. My 9th grade year, I thought I was ready for sex. I thought everything was cool. I was like, everybody else is doing it. Why don't I do it too? And the next thing you know, I end up somewhere on my campus, on my high school campus, in the area, in the state world with 3 guys. And at first, I felt like I was ready during that day. And then, like, once it started happening, I didn't want it to happen anymore. And they kept asking me, are you sure you want this to happen? I said, I don't know. And I kept saying, no, stop, no. And they wouldn't. And I don't know if I'm just this type. I don't know. Maybe my vagina is just different or weird. But when it seems harm, especially when I was at a younger age and I'm still a virgin, when it seemed deemed of harm coming its way, it will be just like, you know, like, I'm not calling my vagina no sticky vagina, but it will deem a thing just like a skunk would do when it sees danger. It will ooze a type of smell that will warn off enemies and make enemies not want to come back to it. So that's what it did. And then I'm trying to leave and walk away, and they're up here talking about me. And that time, I just really wanted to go because I was just over it. And then it was so much happened after that. I might take this part out of the story because this part almost went to court, so I don't know if I can talk about this, liably to talk about this, so I might take this out. But yeah, my 9th grade year, a lot of shit happened my 9th grade year. Don't want to get into it because it was legal matters that went along with this part of my sexual life, so I can't disclose any information about this. So we move on to my 10th grade. I think my 10th grade year, I just turned 16 my 10th grade year. And majority of my whole entire high school year, I was outwardly, inwardly, unexclusively talking to females only. And so my 10th grade year, I was dating this girl that went to another school. And I think it was probably around this type of time of the year, that time. And we ended up having sex, and she took my virginity. People ask, how did she take your virginity? How else do your virginity be taken through penetration? So you're like, what, did she use a finger? No, there was a strap-on involved into the situation, and that's how I lost my virginity. And she also took, I can't say that, but I will say she did take my weed smoking virginity as well. So, yeah. Me and her, we parted ways because she was getting ready to graduate from high school and she was moving, and so she didn't want me to sit here and be like here alone, and she didn't want to try along with this relationship, so I let her go. And then from then on, I was still exclusively dating females. I dated a female in my school. We had sex a lot, and that was it. So as you can tell right now, majority of my life, I was only having sex with females. I still haven't had sex with a male. And it's going on to my senior year. My 10th grade year, I was 16. 11th grade year, I was 17. I was dating another female. By the time I turned 18, my 12th grade year, that's when I officially started having sex with men. And I was an adult, so I could do those things. So this guy that I had sex with, I know him since forever and a day. We had sex. We used a condom all the time, which really made the pregnancy kind of weird. But as I grew up, now I know that condoms, while they say condoms are 99.9% effective, is because condoms, some condoms, um, sometimes I think it was my shrink or my therapist, my counselor. She told me that sometimes most condoms do have holes in it, so it is more or less prominent that if you do use a condom, to still pull out when you're about to ejaculate, because you can still the girl can still wind up pregnant with a condom. So that could have happened. His swimmers could have been real strong. His swimmers must have been very strong, because they fought through a condom and met my egg and said, "Hello, how you doing, ma'am? Let's make a baby." But something chemically went wrong in my uterus, where it did not want to stay, and so it went away. Now, that miscarriage that I had, that very first miscarriage, was very painful. Very, very painful. It was so painful. I could not. I had to physically put myself on bed rest, because thank God we weren't back in school yet, because it happened around Christmas vacation, and so we weren't back in school yet. So I was able to handle the situation myself, even though I didn't know what was going on. So I'm bleeding constantly, profusely, for like 5 or 6 days. And the thing is, what people continuously say is that you're not a mom. People continue to say I'm not a mom, but miscarriages is just like giving birth, because you go through contractions. The pain that you feel during a miscarriage is contractions. You're passing through a human being, because the miscarriage can happen anywhere in the first trimester. It can even happen in the second trimester. A third trimester miscarriage, it can happen as well. A miscarriage can happen anytime within the pregnancy. But sometimes a certain type of miscarriage, like towards the end, is somewhat considered a stillborn. So yeah, my miscarriage possibly happened during my first trimester. I don't know when it happened, because I didn't know how far along I was. I just know I missed the period for a long time, and I know I just got off birth control, and I was expecting my period to come on. But what nobody told me was, when you get off birth control, you're more liable and more fertile when you get off birth control, that you're able to get pregnant faster. And with the birth control, I was on the shot, and the shots took my period away. So just imagine your body being used to not having a period, and your normal hormones starting to generate back in, and it coming in at full force. And the next thing you know, I got off birth control in August, and it's December, damn near going on January, and I still ain't had a period. And it's like December, and I still ain't had no period yet. But I still been tracking myself, I wasn't tracking ovulation. I was just making sure everything was good. And so next thing you know, I take a pregnancy test in December, and it comes back positive. So I'm like, I had ovulated, and my period was possibly about to come at some point in time, but I just don't know when. And it didn't come because I got pregnant, because the egg got fertilized before it was even a possible chance for a period to come. And so I called my doctor, and my doctor told me that was virtually impossible, because there's no way I can get pregnant. She always reiterate, there's no possible chance I can get pregnant. That's what she told me when I first started going through puberty. That's the reason why I got off birth control in the first place, because my period was irregular, and I wanted my period to be regular so that at some point in time I can get pregnant. And it was just so much. And also what happened my neck year also put me on birth control as well. So I'm like, it's just so much was going on. And then, so after that first miscarriage, I was like, okay, I can graduate from high school, I can live my life, everything's gonna be straight, good. That year, another wave of depression happened that year, because my grandmother died the same year. No, not, wait a minute, not that same year, 2015. Wait, I got class 2015. Yeah, my grandmother died that same year. And so that wave of depression hit. And along with, before my grandmother died, my cousin told me that she was pregnant with her daughter. At the time, I'm thinking I may be pregnant because my period's already late right now. I just like, I don't know, God knows how many pregnancy tests. Like, please just don't let me be pregnant. If I am pregnant, I was like, I'm just gonna accept my fate. Maybe this is just the replacement child for the one that lost early this year. And then to continue to take pregnancy tests, and every pregnancy test I come back negative. So I'm like, maybe I just don't have enough hormone levels in my body for a positive test. I'm like, I'm just gonna set up a doctor's appointment to get a blood test. Before I was able to set my doctor's appointment, my cousin coming to pick me up one day from school because I was staying on campus. And then she was like, I got something to tell you. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, wait, it may just be her. So she told me, I'm like, I know, you're pregnant. So when she told me, so when we come to the realization that she is pregnant, I'm like, okay, so yeah, it wasn't me. And then I'm so happy for her because I'm like, why not be happy? Babies are a joy. Babies are a blessing. But the whole time I'm like, why wasn't it me? Nobody knows that I was in my mind. Like, why wasn't it me? And then literally, like, she told me like around August, September-ish. Around August, she told me that my birthday came around, and then October, my grandmother died. So I'm like, damn, I can't catch a break in 2015. I have a child died early this year. Got doctors telling me that I'm a fucking grandma. Got 6 months left to live, and she actually got like 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 days left, and then she died. So I'm like, I can't deal. I just cannot. I really cannot, because that was my whole world. Like, I can't. And then something changed in my mind. Like, I don't know, something broke in my brain, and I slowly started to fix it up by the end of last year. But in 2016, I was on a mission, a secret mission of fixing the broken dream that was in my mind. The broken dream that I'm speaking of is the loss of my child. I wanted to fix that so freaking bad. And when I show you all these pregnancies, you're going to see how bad I wanted to fix that. Because in my mind, every person that I had sex with could have been my child's father. So I'm like, I was like, fuck it. Why use a condom? I was hoping that they use a condom. How nobody that has sex would watch this video, but I'm like, for the beginning parts of the year, I was like, okay. For like maybe the first 2 months of the year, I was like, okay, so we might just have a baby. And then I said, fuck it, we're not even gonna try. Cause I started researching, people was like, if you don't try, you won't. Most people that don't try, to end up pregnant. So I'm like, okay, good. So whatever. So I just stopped trying. And then once that notion left my head of even trying anymore, because it always failed, and I was in a relationship at the time and it failed, so I was like, fuck it, I just can't get pregnant. So I just put my hands in the air. I just said, fuck it. So I was living in my apartment at the time. Yeah, 2016. I was living in my apartment at the time. I got an apartment after my grandmother. I got my apartment. I was close on the job. And then one thing led to another. And I met this guy at this call center. And I'm not going to say his name, but I met this guy. Everybody at the call center liked him. Every female was like, dang, he's so fine. And some shit happened with his life, and he needed somewhere to stay. So I let him stay in my apartment with me. And with him constantly coming over and staying over, we drank a lot of Hennessy, we drank a lot of beer, and we got drunk all the time. We was either drunk or high all the time, and we fucked a lot without condoms. But when I was on no form of birth control, we just having sex recklessly. And one day when my period was supposed to come on, she didn't come. She was still on vacation. So I'm like I'm just gonna give her a couple of days. It turned into 2 days, me being 2 days. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give her a couple of days. I was like 3. Then it got to me being a whole week late. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna get a test. I got a test, came back positive. I looked at it, my friend looked at it, her cousin looked at it, we all looked at it, it was positive. So I told him I was pregnant. He was like, sorry, you're gonna keep it. I'm like, I told you before we laid down that I done had a miscarriage before, and I do not believe in abortion. He was like, I already got a child, and I don't have enough money to afford to take care of her, so I don't know what you're gonna do. I'm like, first, in my head, I said, first of all, we both laid down and had sex multiple times with no protection. What did you expect for to happen? And for you to continue to say that when I'm high or when I'm drunk, I don't nut, that kind of threw me off, because I'm like, okay, so how would you know you're high and drunk? How the fuck would you know? So ended up trying to be a strong black woman and was like, well, you don't gotta do shit. But in my mind, like, can he please at least say he gonna do something for me? I'm up here starving. I don't have nowhere to go. I'm lost in the world, and with me and my unborn child, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do. My baby cousin was getting ready to be born, and so I'm like, I don't understand. So I think around before my baby cousin was born, I think it was like that April, my baby cousin was born in May, so in April I ended up miscarrying that child. And this is another spiral into mental problems that went in my mind, because when I went to the other doctor, I went to a clinic because my doctor wanted me to make sure to get an extra confirmation before she does my the first doctor's appointment, because when you're pregnant, you go in for prenatal appointment, and I was setting up my prenatal appointment. I went down and got Medicaid, pregnancy Medicaid here, medical insurance. I was getting everything for my child ready and everything. And then I went to the clinic and their test came back negative. And once their test came back negative, I started bleeding. I was bleeding before then, but I bled a little bit more heavier. I was spotting and bleeding, and my best friend told me she bled while she was pregnant, and she told me it's normal. Most some females bleed while they're pregnant. You're good. So I believed her, and I'm like, after that, when I found out, I went home and just started crying to my mom, and I was like, I feel less than a woman, because why in the hell can I not keep a child? And then, lo and behold, my baby cousin is on her way to arrival into this world. I'm in the hospital waiting on her, and my older cousin comes to me and tries to have a conversation with me. A conversation that you do not have with someone who just had a miscarriage. She says, and I quote, you really should wait on a child. A child can wait. Don't rush on having a baby. A child can wait. And talking about don't rush to get older. But aren't we in a hospital waiting on a child to be born by my cousin, who is nothing but 9 months older than me? Like, literally, when my birthday comes in September of this year, when I'm 22, she'll still be 22 until December, and then she'll turn 23. So you're telling me that I'm too young to have a child. You're telling me a child can wait. Didn't I just have a fucking miscarriage? Like, what the fuck? That is something you do not tell somebody who just had a miscarriage. Nobody in my whole entire family once came to ask me, was I okay? How do I feel about losing my child? Nobody. Not a friend, not a family member, nobody, period, point blank. When I miscarried, Nobody worried about my mental state. Nobody worried about my physical state. Nobody worried about me. They worry about their damn self. Mentally, I was scarred. Mentally, in my head, after that second miscarriage, I was trying so fucking hard to have another child. I took so many fucking pregnancy tests. I had sex, but I don't. But I'm the type of people that doesn't have sex all the time. So I assume that anytime I have sex, I can get pregnant. And I was trying so fucking hard to have a child. Nobody understands. In my mind, I'm like, I'm less than a woman. I can't have a child. And then around the time my mother was having her wedding in 2016, I think in 2016, my aunt was telling me that I'm glowing and shit, and my brother's mother of his child kept saying, maybe you may be pregnant. And I'm like, my period's a little off, but maybe it's just stress because I've been in school for so long. And I'm like, maybe I am pregnant. And that spiraled back into my head. So I go take a test. The test come back negative, maybe positive. I don't fucking remember. But I think it came back negative. So I'm crying because it came back negative. But outwardly, I'm saying, yes, thank God I'm not pregnant. But on the inside, I'm like, damn, I'm still not pregnant yet. So I'm like, fuck. So it's been going on 2 years since I had my second miscarriage. It's 3 years since I had my first miscarriage. If both my pregnancies were successful, I would have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old right now. And I think about that all the time. All the time. When everybody that I fucking know is around here, walking around here, pregnant. On the drop of a hat, they sneeze, they're pregnant. Best friends. I'm having twins. Got a best friend that had a miscarriage with her first twins, then she up and get pregnant again and have 2 successful twins. Congratulations. Another friend come and tell me that she's pregnant. Congratulations. Homeboy saying his girlfriend pregnant. Congratulations. To the point where nowadays I really don't care anymore. If we didn't have a strong relationship at one point in time and you tell me you're pregnant, I'll be happy for you if I know you went through a struggle. But if you ain't went through shit before you have a child, 9 times out of 10, I don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't. But I try so hard to be happy for people. Especially the one person in the hospital who told me off the jump after I just had a miscarriage that a child can wait. But then parallel, May, June, July, August, September, 3 months later, you're coming to tell us that you're pregnant. Just because you're older than me. And you got pregnant in the same pretenses that I got pregnant the second time you were high. And you to tell me a child can wait? Really? Really? Like, nobody understands. And I tell my cousin this all the time when I'm drunk, and I drunk text her. But nobody understands. A drunk mouth speaks so much volumes. It speaks the truth. When it comes to my baby cousin, everybody on my social media sees I have a whole bunch of pictures of her, and I love that girl to death. I love her with all my heart. Like, I really do. And sometimes I feel like the Lord sent her for my cousin and sent her for me, because at the time I really did want a child so bad. And for most part of her life, and still now, I feel like she stole my child in a way, because I wasn't blessed to have one. And last summer, I went through surgery to improve my chances of ever having a child, ever. And do I ever get anybody in my family asking me how my recovery was? I barely got a phone call from any of my family members asking me, am I okay? When I got put to sleep for this surgery, I had a whole cyst removed from my ovary. That is a surgery where they had to literally cut me open 3 times. And I'm going to show y'all the scars of where they cut me open. And since I can't get monetized anyway on my channel, I really don't care. So yeah, I might can't see this one, but I might have to actually take a picture of the scars. But it's a scar right here. I haven't got a wax yet, so these are not underwear. These are shorts. For anybody got something to say. But I have a scar right here. And I have a scar right here. All these dark marks are basically scars from my surgery. This scar was longer than this. The scar went from here to here, but it's now starting to shrink. And the surgery was last July in the summer. I had this surgery while I was still in summer school. And still managed to pass summer school having 2 surgeries. But do I get any phone calls from family asking me, am I okay? I was literally having complications because I had my tonsil. I had complications from that surgery. The point where I had to go to the hospital because I wasn't eating and I was throwing up. Did I get any calls asking was I okay? No. Like literally nobody really cares about me. But when something happens to anybody, I call, make sure everybody's okay, make sure everybody's good, try to check up on people as much as possible and everything. But when it comes to me, nobody gives a fuck. But I just want to let y'all know that the moment that I do officially find love somewhere, because last year I just was able to take some time and realize that a child will come to me when the right person actually comes into my life. So if that person comes this year, and if I get pregnant this year, next year, whenever I do get pregnant, just know that I will cherish every moment during my pregnancy. Like literally, y'all may get a video almost every 2 days, every 3 days. Like y'all will get videos on here. Like it would be the most happiest day of my life for me to actually take a pregnancy test and it come back positive. That would really be the happiest day of my life, and for me to go to a doctor and have an ultrasound and see a child. But until then, I'm just gonna try to live my life the best I can live it. Do everything underneath everything in my power to become the girl that I want to be, the woman I want to be. Get the grades in school, get the money that I want, create the businesses that I want, do everything that I want to do. Make myself, my 2 angels, and my grandmother proud of me. Follow all my goals and dreams and aspirations in life. And have no regrets. But I think this is the end of the video, because I'm starting to think a lot and I don't want to cry. I teared up in this video, but I didn't cry like I thought I was going to. But this is just me releasing all my negative energy out of my body, out of my mind, somewhere out in the world so people can understand. I know I say I don't care when people get pregnant. I do care because I love children. I love pregnancy. I love everything about it. It's just at some point in time it gets irritating sometimes. I don't think anybody will understand unless they've been through multiple miscarriages and to have no child to show for. I know I'm 21. I know I have all my life and forever to do it, to have a child, but after losing multiple, it becomes a problem. In my mind, it becomes a problem. And to see so many people easily get pregnant, it hurts. To see people who are younger than me knocked up with a child. To see people who be so ungrateful when they have a child. They don't praise their child. To see people who say, damn, I wish I didn't get pregnant. To see people who get pregnant and still go out and do shit like they're not pregnant. To see people who are in their first trimester in the club turned up being pregnant. To me, have been out somewhere and seen a pregnant person with a big ass belly at the club at some point in times. To see people when I was working at my drive-through job. To see people to remember seeing a female in my drive-through in a car pregnant smoking a cigarette while pregnant. To see a lot of females do a lot of shit while pregnant that you're not supposed to do when you're pregnant. And to have a successful pregnancy. And to give birth to a child. It really hurts. That me, a person who loves kids so much that would do anything for a child. That would spend my last dime on a child. It really hurts. But this is also going to be a letter to myself in for 2019. Dear self, if you happen to get everything that you wanted this year, congratulations. If you didn't get everything that you wanted, congratulations, because you did your best to do what you had to do to get where you are now. So this year, make better choices, make better decisions, and you still have time to make everything that you plan to do in 2018 happen in 2019. If you didn't have that child this last year in 2018, it's okay. You still have 2019. Graduation is coming. Don't worry. And to everyone out there who has suffered from a miscarriage and has any type of, and understands what I'm going through, comment down below. Anybody who ever suffered from miscarriage, comment down below your story. I want this channel right here to be a safe haven for anybody to say how they feel and voice their opinion on different subject matters that I bring to my channel. And when I do start doing vlogs, I want you to be able to come on the journey with me. This year is on a journey of weight loss, possible love, and a lot more. I have lots of self-love. I just have a lot of extra love to go around. So hope anybody that comes by, like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all your friends. Goodbye.
On the beat.
All of the OPKs. And now we're going to go over to pregnancy test land. This is all accumulated, I think, within a year or maybe more. Okay, we bought first response. I think this one was this is a negative. This one has a faint line to it, but I don't think y'all can see it. If it can focus a little bit. Let me show you. Okay, that has a faint line. I think you saw it. I saw it in the camera. Clear blue, which is always expensive as fuck. That was a negative. Then we have another first response. We have one of the cheap Walmart ones. Another one. This one was a negative. It was a clear blue negative, digital. Another negative. 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 There's all the little cheap ones that you get. The 89-cent test is negative. I was that obsessed with it. I opened the test. This is a negative, I think. Yeah, negative. Negative. These are the little Dollar Tree tests. Here's another 89-cent one. 89 cents. 89 cents. They all look very horrible because I had these for so long. This one was -2. Yeah, negative. Then we're going back to the Walmart stick pregnancy test. Negative. This was, I think this is a test for when I found out I was pregnant with my second child. See? Positive. First response. There's not a faint line to it. If you can see it, it's not an evap. That one just looks horrible. Another one. And another one. And let's do a panel of all the tests that I have accumulated in the ovulation test. And I still have some left over. This is all from trying to conceive. Two tests show a faint positive and one shows a very solid positive for my last pregnancy. So this is about, I'll say maybe 2 years or a year worth of pregnancy tests. Since it all started from this test right here. I had my very first positive test when I found out I was pregnant with my second child. And ever since then, all of these have happened. Yeah, that's all the tests. There are lots more, but I threw some of away when we moved to this house. But yeah, that's a gist of how mental I was with pregnancy tests. And now that I look at all these tests, I think it's time to throw them away and leave it in the past.
On the